If you truly long for something, the best way to attract it is to learn to let it go. We often find ourselves immersed in a continuous cycle of desires, in which we long for what we crave so intensely that we cling tenaciously to the idea of obtaining it. We assume that by keeping that image in our mind and focusing intensely on it, we are proceeding in the correct way. However, the truth is that this attachment gives rise to an energy of lack and need, a vibration that can distance precisely what we want so much, instead of bringing it closer. Here a paradox emerges in the art of manifestation. Sometimes, to authentically attract something, it is indispensable to let it go. To let go does not imply abandoning your longings or giving up wanting them, but freeing yourself from the anxiety of the urgent feeling that their fulfillment is necessary to be happy. When you let go, you allow energy to circulate naturally, and you create the right space for what you desire to appear without hindrances. Genuine attraction occurs when you carry a desire in your heart without clinging to it with fear or desperation. This is the paradox of wanting and letting go. The moment you let something go, you allow it to flow toward you without resistance. To understand the meaning of letting go, it is valuable to examine how attachment affects our emotions and our energy. When you intensely desire something and cling to it, you begin to feel haste, pressure, and urgency for it to happen. That burden of need generates a vibration that communicates to life that something is missing, that you do not have what you need. Instead of attracting what you long for, the insistence on the lack ends up multiplying scarcity, moving you away from what you truly want. Consider the example of losing an important object, such as your keys. Upon noticing their absence, you are filled with anxiety. You search desperately in the same places over and over again without seeing clearly. It is likely that the keys are right in front of you, but the nervousness and attachment block your vision. In the instant you decide to calm down, breathe deeply, and release the desperation, the keys are found effortlessly. This case demonstrates that attachment and urgency act as a barrier that hinders the free flow of the things you desire. The same paradox of letting go to attract applies to different aspects of existence, from personal relationships to job opportunities and intimate goals. When you want something with desperation, you send a signal of lack to the universe, and it responds by reflecting that scarcity in your experience. On the other hand, when you manage to desire without attachment, you generate a vibration of fullness and confidence, an energy that naturally and effortlessly attracts what you long for. The key lies in learning to trust the process, in letting go of the need to control every last detail. To practice the art of letting go, the first thing is to understand the role that trust plays in the universal order. That trust is not an abstract notion, but a decision to recognize that there is an order and a natural flow in life, and that when you get in tune with it, everything happens at the appropriate moment. Trusting implies accepting that the universe knows the best path, even if you don't always understand why certain events occur. By letting go, you allow the universe to act in its own way without interfering, thus opening the doors for blessings to arrive in unexpected ways. Trust in the universe also frees you from the need to have everything under control. Attachment often arises from the belief that you require something specific to feel full or happy. However, by trusting that the universe knows what is ideal for you, you detach from the urgency to impose how things should be, and you open yourself to possibilities that perhaps you had not contemplated. This openness creates the space for what you long for, or even something better to manifest in your life. The next step to let go and attract consists of practicing full presence in the here and now. By being present, you stop focusing on the future and on the expectation of what should happen. Instead of living with anxiety for what you want to obtain, you learn to enjoy the present moment, valuing the current reality. Full presence frees you from the weight of desire, allowing you to feel a peace that does not depend on something specific happening. When you are at peace in the present, you radiate a vibration of fullness and gratitude that naturally attracts what you desire. Full presence also implies letting go of the worry about the how of your longings. We often cling to a desire because we are trapped in the idea of how it should manifest. We think that if it doesn't happen in a certain way, then it is not authentic or it is not what we really want. However, by practicing full presence, you open yourself up to receiving what you long for in unexpected ways, trusting that the universe will find the perfect way to make it a reality. Another effective tool for letting go and attracting is emotional detachment. Detachment does not mean stopping wanting, but freeing yourself from the emotional dependence of that result. This allows you to maintain internal balance and serenity regardless of whether what you long for appears or not. By practicing detachment, you demonstrate to the universe that you are at peace, that you do not require anything external to define your happiness. This attitude of peace and acceptance is in itself a powerful signal that attracts what you want effortlessly. Emotional detachment also allows you to examine your desires from a clearer perspective. Sometimes we desire something with such intensity that we do not reflect on whether it is really the best for us. By emotionally detaching, you observe your desire with lucidity, asking yourself if it aligns with your purpose and your well-being. This detachment helps you let go of the desires that do not serve you and focus on what is truly significant. An effective practice to cultivate detachment is visualization without attachment. This technique consists of imagining what you desire with sharpness, but without clinging to it happening exactly like that. Imagine your desire as a possibility, not as a necessity, and let that visualization fill you with peace and gratitude, not anxiety or expectation. By visualizing in this way, you communicate to the universe that you know what you want, but that you are also at peace if it doesn't happen exactly as you imagine. This way of visualizing gives rise to an energy of openness and acceptance, which are fundamental to attracting what you long for. To attract effectively, it is vital to combine detachment with a vibration of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful energy that opens the heart, indicating to the universe that you are at peace and satisfied in the present. By being grateful for what you already possess, you generate a vibration of abundance that calls for more of what you desire. Gratitude not only helps you let go of the desire for control, but also allows you to enjoy the manifestation process, valuing each stage and learning. Remember that letting go does not mean giving up on what you desire, but freeing it from the weight of attachment and emotional dependence. By letting go, you affirm that you trust the universe and the flow of life, remaining at peace regardless of the outcome. This attitude of serenity and acceptance is the essence that attracts what you truly long for, as it allows the universe to respond to your energy of trust and gratitude. Instead of trying to dominate every detail, you let go and let the natural current of life lead you toward what is best for you. As we delve further into this path of detachment and conscious attraction, it is crucial to understand the central role of energy in the process. Every thought, emotion, and desire emits an energetic frequency, and it is this vibration that transmits your intentions to the universe. When you crave something but hold it back with anxiety, you emit a frequency of lack that hinders the natural flow of manifestation. Genuine attraction emerges by letting go and allowing energy to circulate freely toward you without resistance or need. Manifestation is based on the law of vibration, which teaches that like attracts like. If you vibrate in peace, gratitude, and detachment, you align yourself with the current of abundance. This state of detachment described before does not denote indifference, but a serene certainty that the universe always responds to you. Letting go is an act of faith in this universal flow, a faith that frees you from the urgency to control every aspect. To manifest effectively, It is essential to nurture an energy of fullness instead of an energy of lack. Lack arises when you believe that you need something external to feel complete, generating vibrations of urgency and fear. On the contrary, fullness is a feeling of peace and gratitude for what you already have and for who you are at this moment. This vibration of abundance sends a clear message to the universe. You are open to receiving without anxiety, without forcing. One of the most useful methods to elevate your energy and release attachment is conscious visualization with elevated emotions. Visualizing is not just imagining but feeling the emotion of already possessing what you desire. This quality of visualization creates an elevated frequency and harmony with the desired result, without you clinging to how or when it will happen. By visualizing with gratitude and joy, you communicate to the universe that you are in tune with that reality, allowing you to let go of control and trust that life will respond to your vibration. Visualization with elevated emotions can transform you deeply. Take time to imagine your desire made real and focus on the details and positive emotions that it awakens in you. Feel the joy, the gratitude, and the calm of already having what you long for, letting those sensations flood your being. This practice not only keeps your vibration high, but also facilitates detachment by giving you a feeling of satisfaction in the present. Another essential aspect for detachment and attraction is to free yourself from specific expectations. Attachment often arises because you have a rigid image of how what you long for must happen. However, by imposing an exact way of materialization, you restrict the possibilities and limit the flow of energy. The universe has infinite ways to manifest your desires, and by letting go of expectations, you open yourself up to receiving them in ways that perhaps you had not imagined. The liberation of expectations does not imply giving up on your desires, but allowing the universe to find the best way to materialize them. This implies focusing on the essence of what you long for, not on the meticulous details. For example, if you are looking for a loving relationship, instead of obsessing over a certain person, focus on the feeling of love, connection, and respect that you want to experience. In this way, you remain aligned with the essence of the desire, and the universe can guide you toward the manifestation that best suits that energy. Another important step to let go and attract is to foster a mentality of deserving. Many people desire something, but deep down they believe that they do not deserve it, generating a contradictory vibration that makes manifestation difficult. To attract what you long for, it is fundamental to feel that you are worthy of receiving it. Deserving is not arrogance, but the recognition of your value and your right to the blessings of the universe. When you embrace a deserving mentality, your energy aligns with the frequency of what you desire, making it more accessible. To cultivate a deserving mentality, you can resort to positive affirmations that reinforce your value and your right to receive. These affirmations program your mind, generating a vibration of acceptance and dignity. In addition to elevating your energy, this process helps you release the fear and doubt that hinder manifestation. The act of letting go also implies practicing conscious gratitude. Gratitude is an immensely powerful and elevated vibration that transforms your energy, opening you to what you desire. By appreciating what you already possess, you include the present in your consciousness, setting aside the urgency. Gratitude not only changes your frequency, but also allows you to see life with a look of abundance, which makes it easier to attract what you long for. Detachment, the liberation of expectations, the deserving mentality, and gratitude are pillars in the process of letting go to attract. However, there is another component that can boost your capacity for manifestation: inspired action. This type of action arises from a state of peace and clarity, not from fear or desperation. It is an action that you undertake not to force a result, but because you feel aligned with your desire and perceive that this step is natural in your path. Inspired action is not based on effort or struggle, but on trust and intuition. When you are at peace and have released attachment, you can clearly hear the guidance of your intuition, which points out the correct steps. These movements are not always obvious or linear, but by trusting your intuition and acting from serenity, you align yourself with the natural current of manifestation. Inspired action demonstrates that you are willing to move toward your longings without clinging to them, creating the perfect context for the universe to do its part. By integrating these elements: conscious visualization, the liberation of expectations, the deserving mentality, gratitude, and inspired action, you are building a firm foundation to let go and attract what you truly long for. This process is not limited to an isolated effort, but becomes a lifestyle that allows you to live in tune with the universal flow. As you practice these techniques, you will notice that your existence is filled with serenity and abundance, and that what you desire begins to appear naturally and effortlessly. As you delve further into the path of letting go to attract, it is fundamental to understand how to align yourself with the current of abundance. This abundance is not limited to the material realm, but represents a state of openness and receptivity to all the blessings that life has to offer you. Authentic attraction originates when you let go of the boundaries of your thoughts and beliefs and allow yourself to receive without limitations. This disposition is the key to living in harmony with abundance, attracting what you long for without the need to struggle or force circumstances. To live in a state of abundance, it is essential to identify and transform the beliefs that restrict your ability to receive. Such beliefs, rooted in ideas about yourself and the world, can lead you to think that you don't deserve certain things or that they are not possible. These assumptions generate an energetic barrier that prevents abundance from flowing into your life. To let go and attract, you must cultivate a deserving mentality, sincerely accepting that you are worthy of the universe's goodness. A practical exercise to detect and modify those limiting beliefs consists of writing about your desires and the thoughts that arise when imagining them. If when you think about something you long for, the doubt of not being good enough or the fear of repeating negative patterns appears, you can begin to replace those beliefs with affirmations that recognize your value and your right to enjoy life. This act increases your vibrational frequency, eliminating the inner obstacles that block the manifestation of what you long for. Changing the focus from lack to gratitude is also very useful for tuning in with abundance. When you focus your attention on what you don't have, you reinforce the idea of scarcity, communicating to life that you lack something essential. On the contrary, by focusing on gratitude for what you already enjoy, you elevate your vibration, sending the signal that you recognize the generosity that surrounds you. This attitude and gratitude help you observe reality with a full gaze, radiating the vibration of abundance that attracts more of what you desire. The practice of visualization from abundance is another valuable tool. Instead of visualizing what you want from the perspective of lack, imagine yourself already enjoying that experience, but in a state of peace and satisfaction. Visualize the details of your desire. Feel the joy, the gratitude, and the well-being without allowing anxiety or expectation to taint your vision. This way of visualizing puts you in tune with the essence of abundance, sending the signal that you already possess that inner fullness, making it easier for what you long for to manifest. It is also key to trust in perfect timing. The ideal time is not governed by the clock, but by a greater synchronicity that goes beyond rational understanding. We often desire immediate results, but the universe has its own rhythm and knows which is the opportune moment for each thing. Trusting in perfect timing means letting go of haste, knowing that even if you don't perceive instant results, everything is developing according to a beneficial order. This trust calms anxiety, allowing you to live in peace while your desire approaches without you forcing it. Trust in perfect timing also implies abandoning the impulse to supervise every detail of the process. Sometimes when we desire something, we try to control every aspect, convinced that we know the best path. However, that need to control limits the possibilities and the free circulation of energy. By letting go of control, you allow the universe to express itself with all its nuances, giving you what you long for in ways that you never would have imagined. This surrender to the natural order of things is what releases tension and attachment, creating an environment conducive to manifestation. Another method to attract from abundance is meditation focused on letting go and receiving. During this practice, you sit in silence, focus your attention on your breathing, and visualize how you eliminate any anxiety, doubt, or resistance. Imagine your mind and your body flooded by a serene light that represents peace and openness. This exercise creates a state of inner calm, a receptive energy that communicates to the universe your willingness to receive effortlessly. The meditation of letting go and receiving is a direct way to align your internal frequency with abundance, letting life offer you its gifts without obstacles. In addition to meditation, affirmations of acceptance and openness can consolidate your receptive attitude. By repeating phrases such as, "I am open to receiving all the blessings that the universe wants to give me," or "I trust that life provides me with what is best for me at the right time," you are reprogramming your mind for a state of openness and trust. These statements strengthen your vibration, reminding you that you do not need to resist what arrives or fear what the future may offer. It is about an inner training to experience the world without tensions, making it easier for what you long for to find its way toward you. The practice of emotional detachment is equally essential. Emotional detachment does not consist of ceasing to want what you desire, but in freeing yourself from the need for it to be fulfilled, exactly as you have imagined it, to feel peace. This detachment creates a state of inner tranquility that is not altered by the absence or presence of that specific result. By living without the urgency for your desires to manifest in a certain way, you are communicating to the universe that you fully trust in the process. This feeling of trust and relaxation is a powerful signal that paves the way for your intentions to materialize effortlessly. True manifestation occurs when you are capable of maintaining a vibration of trust and gratitude in a constant way. It is not about being grateful only when you get what you want, but about adopting an attitude of appreciation for each experience, valuing the learning that it provides you. When you live in a state of continuous gratitude, you show that you understand that you already possess everything necessary. This full and grateful perspective emits a high-frequency signal that attracts even more abundance to your life, since it recognizes that nothing is lacking at this moment. Remember that the key to attracting from abundance lies in living in inner peace and acceptance. Inner serenity indicates that you have released attachment and that you fully trust in the universe. When you dwell in peace, you enjoy the present without the pressure of the future or the weight of the past. This internal calm is the highest vibration that you can emit, and it is precisely the signal that communicates to the universe that you are in harmony with its flow. By radiating peace, you create the space for what you desire to arrive without effort or resistance. As you deepen in the art of letting go to attract, clarity of intention becomes essential. Having clarity about what you desire is fundamental, because when your intentions are sharp and genuine, your energy aligns more effectively. Clarity avoids internal confusion and sends the universe a defined message about what you want to manifest. This sharpness not only enhances your focus, but also helps you release attachment to the outcome, since you trust that the universe has captured the essence of your desire on a deep level. To achieve such clarity, it is useful to take some time to reflect on what you really want and why. Ask yourself what it is that you truly long for, and what feeling that desire generates within you. This reflection helps you differentiate superficial longings from those that come from an authentic and significant place. When a desire is born from your heart, its energy is purer and stronger, which facilitates its manifestation. By letting go of attachment and trusting that the universe understands the intimate fiber of your desire, clarity of intention does not focus on controlling every aspect, but on maintaining a broad and flexible vision. Too often we limit our longings by believing that they can only materialize in a concrete way. However, by letting go of that rigidity, you give way for the universe to surprise you with manifestations that perhaps even exceed what you had imagined. Clarity implies knowing what essence you want to experience without clinging to a specific appearance, understanding that the universe can act in more masterful ways than your mind can conceive. A way to reinforce this clarity and detachment is to practice conscious intention. Each morning, spend a few moments meditating on your desires, imagining them from a place of peace and lightness, without needing to know all the details of their appearance. This daily practice will help you keep your energy focused, trusting in the flow of life, which favors detachment and lets the universe do its part without obstacles. You can also be helped by emotional anchoring, resorting to memories or sensations in which you have felt full and at peace. When anxiety or attachment to a result appears, evoke these memories to remind yourself that just as in those moments of tranquility, the universe was working in your favor, the same thing is happening now. This resource allows you to maintain serenity, clarity, and confidence, preventing attachment or fear from clouding your experience. The ability to accept uncertainty is equally vital. Life is full of events that you cannot foresee, and attachment often arises from the desire to avoid the uncertain. However, the true mastery of letting go lies in recognizing that you do not need to know every detail to feel at peace. By letting go of attachment to certainty, you affirm your confidence that the universe has a plan, that everything fits together according to a greater order. Uncertainty ceases to be a threat and becomes a door to unlimited possibilities, opening the way to manifestations that exceed your expectations. To strengthen your trust in the process, the meditation of acceptance and openness can be of great help. Sit in silence, focus on your breathing, and allow peace to settle in your interior. As you inhale, accept everything that life offers you. As you exhale, release all resistance. This meditation teaches you to let go of attachment and to feel the serenity that comes from trusting in the natural flow of things without clinging to results. Faith in your own power of manifestation is another pillar. Sometimes we doubt our capacity to attract what we desire, thinking that total control is required or that it is not possible. However, we all possess the power to be co-creators of our reality. Trusting in your capacity to manifest is a way of aligning your energy with what you desire. This inner confidence allows you to let go of attachment to the outcome and to the mechanisms of its appearance. Since you know that you are an active part of the creative process without needing to maintain strict control. Self-love and self-acceptance also play a primary role. Many times attachment is born from the feeling that something external must complete or validate you. However, when you love and accept yourself fully, you stop depending on external results to feel valuable. This self-acceptance fosters detachment by understanding that you are already complete and that what you desire is an addition, not an indispensable condition for your well-being. Self-love strengthens your energy, making it easier to attract what you long for without effort or tension. In addition, self-love helps you discern which desires are aligned with your well-being and which arise from the need for approval. By loving yourself, you understand your true motivations and you detach from what does not serve you, focusing only on what is significant. This clear vision facilitates letting go of attachment since you do not insist on manifesting what does not align with your authenticity. Patience and persistence are also key in the process of letting go to attract. Letting go is not equivalent to giving up on what you desire, but to trusting that it will arrive at the right time. Patience demonstrates your faith in the perfect order of the universe, allowing you to live in peace while your desires make their way toward you. Persistence, for its part, means maintaining the clarity of your intentions and confidence in the process without being discouraged by the lack of immediate results. With patience and persistence, you generate a stable and confident energy that facilitates manifestation. This energy communicates to life that you are prepared to receive and that you recognize that the universe operates under a wise rhythm. These qualities make up the basis of true detachment, since they allow you to release anxiety, knowing that everything comes in due time. By combining these aspects, clarity of intention, trust in the process, acceptance of uncertainty, self-love, and patience, you establish a solid structure to attract what you truly want. This process is more than a set of techniques. It is a way of existing that allows you to live in peace and in tune with the universal flow. As you practice these qualities, you will notice that your desires materialize effortlessly, demonstrating that the true magic of manifestation does not reside in struggle or in control, but in the ability to open yourself, let go, and allow. As you walk this path of letting go to attract, you discover that the essence of manifestation is in maintaining the balance between desire and detachment, in having faith that the universe understands and responds to your energy, and in accepting that the natural flow of life always knows what is best. Living in full receptivity means being open to all the blessings that come your way without offering resistance, without forcing scenarios. It means receiving each experience, whatever it may be, as an opportunity to grow and learn. At the end of this journey, the true realization is to understand that it is not about abandoning your dreams, but about recognizing that you do not need to cling to them to be happy. Living in a state of peace in which you trust in the intelligence of the universe allows you to enjoy the present without the burden of expectations, experiencing true fullness. It is in that inner peace, in that serene receptivity, where the magic occurs. What you long for comes to you without you having to push it, and the universe responds to your energy of trust, gratitude, and openness, manifesting what truly corresponds to you.